Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Sauce. Sorry, no video yesterday. I had to fix the members page on the website. So if you subscribe to the website, that's up and running now for NBA and NFL. You can go look. It tracks the money, the line movement, gives you all kinds of the analytics. A lot of the numbers you see me use in the show, you can find them there. So that is up and running. As far as Tuesday night's Maction, I can't tell you how we did yet because these games are still happening. Actually, I think Buffalo just went to halftime. I posted two bets. I posted Western Michigan -3 as the bigger bet, and I took Buffalo plus 7.5 as the smaller bet. So hopefully by the time you're watching this, we had ourselves a green night. We got 3 more Maction games on Wednesday night. Let's get into it.
Welcome to the Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
First up, we're talking Zips football. We got Akron on the road at Miami. Miami of Ohio laying 17.5 points at home here. Total sitting at 40.5. Public's looking pretty split even on this one, and the line hasn't moved. We're still looking at 17.5s across the board. Sharp action seems to be slightly leaning towards Miami of Ohio later in the week, but as of right now, it's looking pretty close to even. So let's talk matchup history, and it's been a minute since Akron's beaten these guys. They're 0-6 in their last 6 matchups against the Red Hawks, and I very seriously doubt that changes this year. Akron offensively, I mean, that's just not an offense we can trust this season. 128th overall according to Beta Rank, 126th in effective rush, 117th in effective pass. This is an offense that got held to just 10 points and 193 total yards at Central Michigan. If you can't score points on this year's Central Michigan defense, you're going to struggle to compete. And now we're supposed to trust this offense to go on the road and score on this Miami Redhawks defense. Miami of Ohio's defense has been shutting down MAC opponents. Since conference play started, they've played 5 MAC games. They're 4-1, allowing just 12.2 points per game and 265 yards per game. And 3 of those 5 games were against Toledo, Ohio, and Western Michigan. That's 3 of the stronger offenses in the conference. This defense is playing excellent right now. Akron's team total is set at 10.5. That just shows you what the market thinks about this matchup for Akron's offense. So then the question becomes, can we count on the Redhawks offense to score 30 points in this one? Because if Akron's going to be held to around 10, 28 points should give us the cover. And if we look at the Redhawks' pace of play, we're not off to a good start here. Miami's averaging just 60.5 plays per game. That's 128th in the FBS. This team runs a slow-paced offense. And check it out, it gets even worse here. So Miami, Ohio's been running the ball this season. 56.82% of the Redhawks' offensive snaps this year have been runs. That's 24th most in the FBS. This has been a run-first offense for pretty much this whole season. And now quarterback Brett Gabbert is out for the season. He's got to get surgery on his leg. He got hurt 2 weeks ago in the Toledo game. That means Avion Smith is going to be starting at quarterback. Now, he's got experience. He started a lot of last year when Gabbert was hurt as well. But the thing is, he's a run-first guy. He started their last game. He started the Ohio game. He had 11 pass attempts in the entire game and 13 rush attempts. So Miami's going to be running the ball even more than usual. So to reiterate, you got a slow-paced offense, one of the slowest-paced offenses in the FBS that's going to run the ball 45-plus times. That clock's going to be rolling nonstop. I don't think I could comfortably lay 17.5 points here, even though Miami is the much better team, and on paper, they should win by 3 scores. I just really don't like that. I don't like that aspect of it. Not to mention, Akron was down 27-10 in the second half last week against Kent State. They came all the way back to win. Maybe the offense is coming into this game with some confidence. I mean, it's thin, but I'm going to take the points. I mean, this is Maction. Wild shit happens. Give me Akron plus 17.5 next game. Bowling Green on the road at Kent State. This line is currently at Kent State plus 9.5, which is up from 8. This line's been on the move. Total sitting at 41. Public's all over BGSU in this one, and the market's reacted to it. This graphic doesn't show it, but I'm actually seeing 10s out there now. So if you grab the Bowling Green early at 8, you're sitting on a nice chunk of CLV there, but Public's all over BGSU, and it's moved a full 2 points. As most of you know, I took a shot on Kent State last week. I got them at plus 4. They were up 27-10 in the second half, blew the lead, lost 31-27 to Akron. I took a push. And you know what? That's about enough of Kent State. I think that's about all the Kent State I can handle for one season. Problem is, I don't have a ton of faith in Connor Bazelak and the Bowling Green offense. I mean, they were held to 14 points and 0 points in their last couple road games. Connor Bazelak basically lost his starting job. He's splitting snaps at quarterback now. So, I mean, I don't know if I'd be down to lay the 8.5. When I first saw this line at 8, I told myself if this hits an even 7, I'll play Bowling Green. But obviously, that ship has sailed because it moved the complete opposite direction. So, at 10, this is a pass. I'd lean Bowling Green, but I'm not playing it at 9.5, 10. Next game, Eastern Michigan on the road at Toledo. Another big number here. Toledo laying 18.5, which is down from 19. Total sitting at 46.5. So a lot of early action coming in on Eastern Michigan here. They're starting to look like a pretty public dog. Like I said, line dropped from 19 to 18.5. Not that that's really a significant movement. Looks like maybe things might start to swing back towards Toledo, but as of right now, Eastern Michigan's looking like a public dog. So you would think Toledo has dominated this head-to-head matchup, but that's actually not the case at all. Eastern Michigan's played these guys tough. They've actually taken 2 of the last 5, and 2 of their losses were only by a field goal, only by 3 points. Eastern Michigan plus 19 would have cashed in 7 straight years in this series. But here's the thing, there's a slight difference this year. This year's EMU team really isn't any good. Quarterback Austin Smith in his last 3 games is completing just 50% of his passes, a 106 passer rating, 167 passing yards per game. He's got a home game against Kent State in there too. At home against Kent State, he went 9 of 25, 118 yards with an 88.8 passer rating. That's at home against Kent State, one of the worst teams in the FBS. And if you're thinking, oh, well, Kyle, maybe he doesn't have the best passing stats because EMU's trying to run the ball. Maybe they're a run-first offense. No, that's not the case. In fact, Eastern Michigan's been trying to throw the ball and having almost 0 success doing it. Now they got to go on the road to Toledo. I mean, that's the MAC version of going to Tuscaloosa. Toledo's defense is up to 43rd overall according to Beta Rank, 45th in effective rush, 47th in effective pass. In their last 3 games, Toledo's 3-0. They've actually won 7 games in a row, so they're 7-0 in their last 7. But in the last 3, their defense really seems to be coming into form. Just 12 points per game, 276 yards per game. Those games were against Ball State, Buffalo, and Miami of Ohio. Not exactly electric offenses, but all 3 of those offenses are significantly better than Eastern Michigan's offense. This game is a really similar feel to the Akron-Miami game. This number is definitely too big. 19, 18.5, that's too many. But I don't know how Eastern Michigan scores points on the road here. On the other side of the ball, we know what Toledo's going to do. They're going to run the football because that's what Toledo does. 61.8% run frequency on the season. That's the 10th most in the FBS. That team's up there with the Service Academies, Liberty, West Virginia, Jacksonville State. This is a run-first offense all the way. And on the season, the Eastern Michigan defense has really struggled to stop the run. Now, their defense isn't nearly as bad as their offense. In fact, the Eastern Michigan defense has shown signs of being decent at times, but it's been a lot better against the pass. They're just 113th in effective rush, 102nd yards per carry allowed. Here's the thing, though, and I said it earlier, Eastern Michigan just plays these guys tough, and we've seen this Eagles defense get up for a couple of these big conference games. Just a couple weeks ago, Eastern Michigan went on the road to NIU and held the Huskies to 31 carries, just 116 yards on the ground, 3.7 yards per carry. They only lost that game by 7 and covered. And NIU can run the ball. I mean, they're not quite as good as Toledo, but they can run the football. Toledo's 41st in effective rush. NIU's 53rd, so they're right there. And the thing with this Toledo offense, I don't trust DeQuan Finn as a passer. I know some people are pretty big on him. I'm not one of them. If Eastern Michigan comes in and loads the box and dares DeQuan Finn to beat him through the air, I'm not sure if Toledo can cover an 18.5, 19-point spread. I actually could see him turning the ball over a time or two. So I'll take another huge dog. I'm taking the points here. Give me Eastern Michigan plus 19. Hate that it's starting to look like a public dog. Neither of these are going to be big bets. These games are kind of weak. I mean, the only respectable point spread just moved up to 10, and I don't even like the game. So I'll take the 2 big dogs here. Again, it's Maction. Make sure you bet responsibly. If you want our top bets for all sports, parlays of the day, or want to join our Discord, head over to KyleKirms.com. The information's right there on the homepage. Let's have ourselves a good one. There's a lot of NBA on. Big NBA Wednesday. So we got these 3 matching games and NBA. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you in the Discord.